What is up, guys? Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. So we've got a great question here by Cohnan, who basically asked me this question right here regarding meal prep. So we're doing a meal prep for multiple days at once, mostly meats. How do you usually go about measuring it out after it's been cooked? Great question. I know raw and cooked have different weights, so I'm wondering how I keep my macros as accurate as possible. So that is a great question, Juan, and I will give you a specific answer to this question, but I want to give everyone listening to this right now, I want you guys to keep in mind that whatever method you do decide to choose, whether it's you keep track of everything either once it's cooked or once it is raw, whatever it is, stay as consistent as you can with that one specific method, right? Because once you start changing up your methods, like I'm weighing everything once it's raw, and then the day after everything once it's cooked, and then it's just like a bunch of confusion, and the weights will definitely differ. So one thing I want you guys to keep in mind, and I'll show you guys a visual of this a bit later on, but once meat specifically is cooked, and yes, there is some nuance there depending on how long you cook it for, whether it's like you boil chicken breast or you grill your chicken breast or you bake your chicken breast or you pan fry it, whatever cooking method you do decide to choose. On average, the meat, once from raw to cooked, does lose around 25% of its total weight. So let's say you have 100 grams of some raw chicken breast. Once that is cooked, it'll reduce down to around 75 grams. So keep that in mind, and here's a visual of kind of like what that looks like. So 4 ounces of raw chicken will weigh around 112 grams, whereas 4 ounces of cooked chicken will reduce to 85 grams, again, depending on the cooking time. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can start to keep track of it. If I were you, Jaquan, I would measure everything once it is cooked, because I mean, depending on honestly what you prefer. What I do personally, guys, is I batch cook everything all at once. So I exactly do what Jaquan is doing here. I batch cook all my proteins ahead of time. So I batch cook my chicken breast in the oven. I batch cook my turkey. Those are the 2 main proteins I eat. So I'll cook them all at once, and then I'll store them in like my Tupperware container, and I'll have them in the fridge ready to go for whenever I need it. I personally don't weigh it once, or I don't weigh it raw. I personally weigh everything once it's cooked. It's so much easier for me because I do it all at once. I don't individually just grab one chicken breast, weigh once it's raw, and then individually eat it. It's like, no, I do it all at once. Saves you a bunch of time, saves you a bunch of money as well, doing everything like in bulk. So if I were you, I would measure everything once it is cooked. Just keep in mind that, again, it'll lose around 25% of its total weight. But with that said, though, guys, if you do track your food in MyFitnessPal, you can even go into the MyFitnessPal app and search up cooked chicken breast. It has around 165 calories per 100 grams. But yeah, just search up the cooked weights, and MyFitnessPal, if it has like the green check mark, the verification mark, that usually is the most accurate one. So even most food tracking apps, if you plug in cooked meat, whether it's cooked turkey, cooked chicken, cooked bacon, cooked whatever, it'll usually give you like the cooked adjusted kind of like calories and macros for that as well. So that is a great question. Hopefully that did kind of answer your question. But again, a reminder, whatever method you do decide to choose, stay consistent with it. I personally cook everything once it is cooked, so I always measure the cooked amounts. Again, consistency here really is the name of the game, and it is the major key here. So hopefully that made sense. If you have any more questions for me, Jaquan, or anyone else, just let me know. Peace. Now, if you want to be around a community of like-minded people just like yourself who will educate you, motivate you, and inspire you to absolutely demolish your health and fitness goals, come join the Barbarian squad down below. I guarantee you, you will not regret it one single bit, and I'll see you inside.